Alright, hey, what's up, guys? I got a request to do an eye maintenance video, and basically I'm gonna cover the two problems that people have when they're trying to deal with the eyes on the PMRs and stuff. The first thing, if you get this double blinking green light, it means that there's an eye malfunction. And so what I suggest you do first is you unscrew the loader and unscrew your air source adapt, the air from the ASA, and fire the gun once to take out any air that's still in the solenoid. After you do that, you turn the gun off, and you're gonna start do the eye maintenance. And basically what you want to do is you want to take out the eye plates. Okay, and basically what this does is allows you to clean the eye system, because what happens when it gives you that double blinking green light is that the eyes can't see each other, and so it tunes the gun down to make it go slower so that it doesn't chop any more paint. And the best thing to do after you take out the eye plate, and sometimes the eye plates are real tough to get out the first time, so what you should do, if that's real tough, turn your Allen key on its side like so, with the long end facing out, and just apply a little pressure, enough to break loose the screw from the threading, because sometimes the threading is real tough. The first thing you want to do, since you're already in here, is to check the detents, and the detents are what actually holds the ball in place so that it doesn't roll out the barrel. My detents are kind of worn, if you can see that, but I've run through about 12 or 13 cases and I still don't have a problem yet. So once the paintballs start rolling out of the chamber and down the barrel, then I'll start changing them. Some people have used spring detents. I don't know if they work or not, because I really haven't used them. But anyway, once you have taken out the eye plate, what you should do, if you can get to the eye ribbon, is to put an Allen key just under the eye ribbon and just lift up gently. And if you saw, I'll do it again for you up close, you can see the eye, or the ribbon. What you can do, you can take your Allen key and just thread it under and just pull up very gently, and it should pop the eye in the infrared sensor out of the hole. What you want to do next is get a Q-tip and just clean the inside of that little hole where the eye sits, and actually clean the eye, the infrared emitter. And once that's done, you just put it back in to its place. Make sure that there's no debris or anything. Just pop the eye plate back on, and with the long end of the Allen key, you should insert the Allen key into the screw and start threading, or start actually screwing it down to the body of the gun. And I'm telling you to use the long end of the Allen key first, so you don't accidentally mess up the gun and strip a thread, or strip the head of the Allen key. What you should do next is just apply very little pressure on the Allen key, so that you can see that the screw's not turning anymore, under very little pressure, and you're done. It's securely tightened to the gun. The next thing you want to do is you want to do it to the other side too, but since I showed you one side, the other side doesn't need to be done. If you can see, after you take out the bolt, you can insert a barrel swab down the breech, and just go down, try to make sure that there's nothing inside the breech, any dirt or anything. I'd like to use the fuzzy sticks as opposed to the straight shots, because sometimes the fuzzy sticks can get into the little holes and nooks and crannies inside the breech and take out paint or dirt or whatever. And so after that's done, turn the gun on once more, and if you see that the eyes see each other, which means that nothing is breaking the beam, which means that the gun cannot fire by itself. See, I pull the trigger, nothing happens. No matter how many times I pull the trigger, when the eyes see each other, they're not going to fire. Like on the PMR, if you hold down the trigger, it forces a shot, but that's fourth shot on the gun, is to clear any problems with that the eyes might have. Okay, once that's done, in case you still get the double blinking green light, this is another eye malfunction. After you clean the eyes, the next thing I would suggest to do is change out the battery, because sometimes if the battery doesn't have adequate voltage in it, then it'll put the remaining voltage onto the solenoid so that you can power the solenoid and not power the eyes. That's why you sometimes get eye malfunctions. So in case that happens during a game and you still need to be in the game, you can just turn off the eyes and you can keep going at the speed that you were. Sometimes the solenoid will actually slow down because it doesn't have enough voltage to keep going at that same speed. And it basically means that you need to change the battery next game, or as soon as possible, or maybe during the game you pull the trigger once and the gun will shut off. So after you've done that, if you still have problems, I would suggest that you actually check the ribbon for the eyes, because sometimes if there's like a nick or a bend in the actual eye ribbon, then it could also cause some problems. But I just covered the basic problems that you have if you have eye malfunctions, which is the double blinking green light. So what you should do first is check the eyes, clean them out, make sure there's no dirt or anything. And the second thing is change the battery if you need to. If after cleaning the eyes it fixed the problem and you're not getting any more eye malfunctions, then it was just that the eyes are dirty. But if you're still getting eye malfunctions, then more than likely it's that the battery has low voltage. Okay, I clean the eyes out after every time I play, but that's because I shoot about a case every time I go play, about 2,000 rounds. So some people have not cleaned the eyes out. I would suggest that you regularly clean them out. If not, you have to clean them out after every time you chop paint, because you will get the eye malfunctions. But in case you don't, you could also just clean the eyes out after every 2 cases, 3 cases. But like for me, I like to clean the eyes out after every time I play, because when you put lube on the bolt tip O-ring, and the bolt tip is going across the gun inside the breech, sometimes the lube will actually get and stay stuck on the light emitting diodes, and then you will have eye malfunctions. But if you guys have any more questions about eye maintenance or any other problems with the eyes of the PMR, you can just send me a comment, send me an email on YouTube, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Alright, thank you for watching.